It's not too often that an individual can make a significant mark on a program, both as a player and as a coach. But that's exactly what David Felix did for Troy basketball. As a player, Felix still holds the school record for assists with 625 and steals at 251, in addition to ranking 6th all-time in points, 1,469, 5th in field goals made, 7th in free throws made, and 5th in assists per game. A member of the 1973 through 1977 Trojans, Felix averaged 13.9 points per game over his career and helped lead Troy to a trio of winning seasons. A 3-time All-Gulf South Conference selection, Felix was instrumental in Troy's 1977 Gulf South Conference championship. Upon graduation, Felix spent 2 seasons as the head coach at Lowndes Academy before returning to Troy as an assistant coach under Troy University Sports Hall of Fame member Don Maestri. Felix spent 32 seasons as an assistant coach at Troy, with the final 31 coming on Maestri's staff. He helped guide the Trojans to 4 trips to the NCAA Division II tournament, a pair of NCAA Division II Final Four appearances in 1988 and 1993, 1 NCAA Division I tournament appearance in 2003, and 2 NIT appearances. With Felix on the staff, Troy led the nation in three-pointers made per game on 6 different occasions and won 3 NCAA scoring titles.
In 1973, I was recruited by Coach West Bazilia from Indiana, and he hadn't seen me play, and I'd never heard of Troy State at the time, and we weren't sure how that was going to work out when I got down here, and 40-some years later, it was still here. I think as a student athlete, we were really fortunate. We were able to win one as a player, and then we won several here as a coach. And I think when you go into the arena, you look up at all the banners, and you'll see the success we had winning conference championships, and then also, seeing the success we had in postseason play. So, that's probably those are the really good memories of seeing the players celebrating after and cutting down nets after winning those games. Obviously, it starts with, with Coach Bazilia. He recruited me here. He gave me my first opportunity. He actually hired me here as his first assistant, first full-time assistant. And then Robert Earl Stewart. Robert Earl was a huge supporter of mine when he hired Coach Maestri. He just recommended to Don that, hey, give him a year. And I owe a lot to Robert Earl. He was a total believer in me, and I'll always be grateful to him. And then obviously Don Maestri. He taught me so much, and I'm just so thankful that that basketball brought us together. When Don came in, he had this great idea that we were going to do Showtime. We were going to do this Harlem Globetrotter act, and I was like, my God, we need to practice basketball. And we spent more time working on the pre-game show than we did on basketball. But he had a plan, and boy, did it ever work out. I mean, 30 years later, it was an incredible run. It was just a pleasure to sit over on that bench with him. Obviously, there's a lot of people I'd like to thank, and I think that starts with my family. My wife, Mary, we've been together a long time. She graduated from Troy State, and then my 2 kids, Drew and Addie. They loved basketball as much as I did, and they were there for the good times, bad times, and I couldn't be more grateful for their support. And it's just hard to look back, and I was looking over pictures, and to see Drew and Addie riding the bus, on the airplanes, and to note, to look back now and think, gosh almighty, they've got 3 kids, and I've got 3 grandkids. I've got Denon, Nash, and Finn, so they've been so special to my life. And then I think you have to thank the assistant coaches. Don and I wouldn't be in the position we were to both be in the Hall of Fame if it weren't for them. It started with Robbie Lang, Jerry Hester, Billy Jeffcoat, Anthony Sewell, Mike Curry, Sean Forrest, Kobe Baker, Ben Fletcher. And they, boy, not only are they really good friends, but they've been so loyal to both of us. And last but not least, the most important of this deal, and it's really the reason it's so important for me to come to this Hall of Fame, was to thank the players. There's probably over 250 players we were involved with over the 30 years. And a young man named Darryl Thomas, he'll be in the Hall of Fame one day. He used to tell me, Flex, you would not be here today if it weren't for me. And it really is true. I wouldn't be sitting here today if it weren't for the players. And I just want to say thank you. I love you guys. And thanks for the memories.